Hi, my name is Nariba Shepherd.
And I'm Justin Arnett Graham.
And this is Terms of Service. Damn, bitch. First go. Yes.
Why does that feel so good?
I don't know, but I like it when we, get it.
Nail it?
Yes, first go.
Yeah. Well, hello there.
Hi.
How are you?
I am doing pretty great right now.
Pretty great?
Actually, yeah.
We love to see it. We even more love to hear it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So
Slept
would you
6
like
hours, drank some water.
Wow. Okay. See,
6 hours is how much I need. I know I should sleep more, but
I
this is where
feel
I'm
that.
at. Yeah.
I feel that. I definitely know that I need to sleep more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 6 hours is fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you how many hours of sleep I'm running on right now.
I already know that it's little.
You know, it's fine. It's fine.
You're fine.
Because I'm going to get all of the hours later today.
Oh yeah, you don't have anything to do later?
I'm just gonna put it. I'm
Okay.
gonna put it on pause.
yeah.
I'm gonna put it on pause.
Okay.
But yes,
How's she? How are you?
I'm well. Mm-hmm. I'm well. I'm coming off this whole, just super introspective vibe. Had a family issue,
Yeah.
which I'm not going to get into, but everything is fine. It just when things happen to where it kind of jolts your shit.
Yep.
Well, my shit was jolted.
Yeah.
And
I know.
And but it centered me and just made me, prioritize.
Yep. That's
It's
always
nice.
good when there's a good part of it.
Yeah, the universe was like, fuck you.
And you were like, you know what? I'm going to sit in my uncomfortableness and see what's happening here and take away something from
I was like,
it.
you know what? Let me stew. Let me simmer.
Solid braise.
Yes.
A solid braise.
Absolutely. And that is a beautiful, beautiful transition into the fact we have another guest.
Yeah, we do.
Hi.
Hi.
Steve.
Hey, you.
What's up?
How's it going?
Good.
Yeah, if you want to come closer to the mic, my friend.
right.
Yes.
Or we can move it.
Or we can move it for you.
Like a half inch maybe,
They got
so I could lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I can lean back.
Be comfortable. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you so
All
much,
right.
Daniel.
You're like, oh my God, all of this is happening. What's
Room's
going
getting
on?
smaller.
Yeah. Steve, how are you?
I'm doing really good.
And
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
who the hell are you?
Yeah, tell us about you.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We know you, but they
Yeah,
don't.
Yeah,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
just like, yeah.
I thought
Like,
that's
we
all I
know
needed to
that,
know.
yeah, just like I'm Steve
Newman.
Yep.
I am the sales director here in Chicago for Regalis.
Sweet.
I'm sure we'll get into more of that
Yeah.
later.
Yeah,
But yeah, I've known you two cats for a while.
this is true. Well, we're happy to have you.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Thank you.
on a
And
nice Sunday morning.
yeah.
So.
I mean,
morning.
Yeah.
Good morning. It's a solid morning.
Nice crisp weather outside, nice
Yes.
and gray.
The
Yes.
sleet,
I mean, this is the weather I thrive in.
top of
Oh.
the morning to you.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, so as we always have to do, what is your sign?
You know it.
Because why is this the weather that you thrive in? So I guess that's like a,
I
it's a
have my
two-parter.
whole, should I just pull up my charts?
I mean,
I
110% because I live that
If
life.
you
If you
did that, you'd be the first to do that.
and I'm not judging you because I'm lazy AF. So I know
I actually don't have them. This was
That's
all.
fair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
no,
was
no.
an elaborate
This was all
yoke.
just an elaborate. Yeah, I didn't think you were going to call me out on it.
no, I'm not trying to call you out on it. I was just excited to see it if you had it.
No, I mean they definitely I think I was saying earlier. My mom was super into this stuff.
Yeah.
It was definitely one of those things. I mean, I grew up with not Scantron, but the old
Scantron.
Yeah, that wrong.
The sheet.
yeah,
every
the long
answer is C. Because
is that-
a lot of the answers
That's the move.
could be
1 of 4.
1 of 4.
Yeah.
1 of 4.
But Scorpio. I am a Scorpio.
Oh.
Was that a bat? Was that
No,
a bat?
I love Scorpios.
Okay.
It's y'all are neurotic. I like it though.
I don't.
Me.
So
I
I know of one Scorpio in my former, just
Life.
yeah.
were they also super cool and
You know,
know.
like me now knowing that you're a Scorpio, I think that that's amazing.
Does it put the other person into perspective or just questioning?
No, that person is garbage.
Oh,
So,
Ashley's back there I am a Scorpio. What are you talking about?
no, I'm not talking. I'm not talking about you, Ashley. And so, yeah, this is. And Ashley, I didn't know that you were a Scorpio.
Her birthday was like just now.
I don't know the chart like that.
Oh, fair.
So that's okay.
That's fair. That's fair. I take
two
that.
wonderful people.
Yes.
But still, that person was fucking trash.
No. That was good backpedaling. That was good.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
No.
You saved
I'm going to say
like
1 in 4 Scorpios are not great.
Facts.
So,
But is that 1 in 4 people are not great? Or is it 1 in 4 Scorpios are not great?
Damn.
You know what? Statistically, that's probably on point for both. Yeah. But it can't be that all Well, that's different math. I was like, all Scorpios can't be the bad people because I know 4
out of 4 Aries are awesome.
Well,
I mean, where's the lie? We just out here Ariesing.
Yeah, you're like, there's no lies detected.
Yeah, no, but I think I like Scorpios because I'm someone that will cry 100% of the time watching something on TV, but won't cry about anything in real life. And Scorpios have feelings on the surface a lot, and they live in the strength of that. Because you're I think it's out of spite.
That is such a beautiful description because this person that I'm thinking of is just an asshole.
I'm right here. Oh. I'm right here.
But no.
But I'm glad you're here.
Yes.
So welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
So I'm like, let's
where do we go? Where do we go from here?
I just, Scorpios are fine.
We're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine. We're a solid.
You are amazing.
We're a solid Scantron.
So is
C.
Ashley. Oh.
Solid Scantron C's.
Yeah.
You've heard it here first. Terms of service.
Absolutely. But again, you are absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here and also, being a very kind punching bag for the trauma that I'm still unpacking from that horrible person.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I do now is I absorb everybody's.
Well, I was going to say, our relationships / friendship is because I would be the only person there most times in the morning when you were delivering
at
to
Heritage.
The rest. Yeah, that place.
What place?
The Heritage.
Oh yeah. We're gonna cut out that long pause.
Yeah, but I would just be there hanging out and see people I have all of the things that you've ordered, and I'm just how are you doing? Eat this dessert that I shouldn't be making, but we can't afford a pastry chef, so I'm doing it.
Yo, or eating White Castle sliders.
Yes. I did like to get a Crave case every now and then for the team.
People are out here being like, how is White Castle in business?
It's me.
Well, it's happening.
It's
happening.
I drive
People may not talk about it, but it's happening.
There are people there.
Every day, yeah.
It's like Long John Silver's where you're like, all right.
Long John Silver's. Goddamn.
Who the fuck be going here?
Long John Silver's, I want to make this clear to everyone.
Here we go.
Has to be a FRONT because I never see anyone there.
A front.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
I feel if I spell it, it's less. I mean, this is not even slander. If you go into the Yelp reviews, it's in there.
You have done that on previous episodes, and it's amazing because you'll just randomly start spelling, and I'm like, oh.
It's because I live with a 6-year-old who definitely can't spell, so whenever we're talking
to my dog,
shit.
I have to spell things.
Oh, yeah. TREAT. Am I right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Don't say it unless you mean it.
Yeah, 100%.
I was just sitting here, staring at the ceiling, being like, what the fuck did you just spell? And I was like, oh, I got it. I was like, oh.
It has.
And I used to be a fucking master at spelling bees.
Listen,
saying that.
I was raised by the editor of a newspaper and an administrative assistant. I did not get away with spelling errors or grammatical errors at all. Oh my God. Side tangent before we go. My mom has been staying with me for the last 14 days. She leaves on Tuesday. Oh shit, 15 days. Dang. I love her so much. But she lives with my niece and great nephew. That's right. I'm a great aunt, y'all.
Oh, damn.
Bet you didn't know that.
Well, I mean, you're a pretty great person, so that's not really surprising.
I am.
Just gonna throw that out there. You're a pretty great PERSON.
Oh, Oh, you got it. Should we enter
That's
a spelling
person.
bee?
I would love to enter a terms of service
for
spelling
anybody
bee.
playing at home.
Should do like an
fair.
industry spelling bee. We're gonna put a pin
Put a
in that.
pin in
but
that,
yeah, I was
put
just
a
like
pin in
because
that.
I'm really into that idea. Continue.
Anyway, so my mom has been correcting my language my entire life. And apparently she corrects Isaiah's language a lot to the point where he said, "Were you even born in this country?" Because no one speaks proper English. And my mom's always like, "You have to correct that. You have to correct this, like being proper." And he's 7. And he was like, "You weren't born here."
Right.
I hope he's 7. That was a bold statement.
Yeah, I was like, you were confident in that 7.
Damn.
Is he listening?
I don't think so.
So I
Sorry,
think
Tashana.
Yeah, I think you're safe.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think it's
I
fine.
think you're safe.
But that was my side tangent. Spelling and English is important. We're probably gonna play Scrabble tonight when we get home. So
Nice.
it's gonna be great. Can't wait to beat my boyfriend. Not my mom, but I'll definitely beat him.
Great. Great. I mean, like whenever you bring up your mother, I just immediately think of the story of like the Lucky Charms and like the conversion rate.
Oh my God,
And-
she's been doing
and
that
just
the entire
amazing,
time.
Amazing.
We
I
went
would
to
just love
dinner.
to see it in person. Like it would just.
We went to dinner downtown, and when she went to use the bathroom, I looked at the server and I was like, "Bring back the check before she returns from the bathroom."
You're like,
Because
run, go.
She was like, "How much is it?" I'm like, "I am not telling you." Not telling you.
I'm not telling you.
It's like roughly like,
We're not doing an exchange rate. over
yeah,
there.
like
no.
700 TT dollars. And she would have just been like, "I could have fixed this in the house and I could have fixed that in the house and pay for this." And I'm just like,
I just want you to have a good time. At dinner
yeah, I
tonight,
just
Mom.
want you to like see some cool shit, be grossed out by the oysters that I compulsively eat wherever there's an oyster on the menu. I'm like, "Oh, let me fuck around and find out." These good? Hama-hamas?
You're like, the funny thing
The
is
answer's
about these
yes.
oysters
Yes.
is hell yeah.
Yeah, some people don't like oysters that are vegan because they have no central nervous system. Please listen to the
Hot
tone
take.
of my voice when I say that. Thank you. They have no central nervous system, so therefore they're not living. Air quotation marks. So some places on the menu, if you haven't noticed, take a look at it and see if it has that little V next to it. That means that it is a vegan option.
Wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
I'm using that.
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
now on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pitch that to every vegetarian. I work with no vegetarian restaurants. I'm not pitching this to anybody. this is actually stopping here. I'm putting the kibosh on this immediately.
It doesn't make sense, but I do like to say it because I thought it was absurd.
Yeah.
Wow.
At the very least. So now that we've gone away on this spelling bee journey,
We have gone down a lovely road, but it is about time to make
Yeah.
our way
back to the
Yeah.
fact that Steve and I used to have very long conversations about literally, I feel like every time it was the State of the Union. Like, where are we at?
Well,
In the
was
restaurant
this during the pandemic?
It was pre-pandemic.
It was pre, okay.
Yeah. But like in the pandemic, now, currently in the panini, we're still pressed. So it's
Oh, yeah.
like
Panini best.
we're just
Correct.
like functioning on a new level of the depression and anxiety scale. I feel like we have a new scale in terms of like depression used to be at a 6, but because we're in the panini and we have to deal with that, it's like my 6 is now a 4 because it's not like the worst. Because we're still living with like this thing that's in the air, that's invisible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a weird time.
No, I get
You're
it.
saying culturally at it, or like
Oh,
societally,
like
at a 6,
societally.
or you at a 6?
Oh, that was just an example. I'm always at a pandemic 6, which would be a regular 7.5, 8 for me.
Oh, interesting
But it
conversion
feels like my regular shit is lessened because I'm in a it's like an atom, you know, where the nucleus
Who's
and
Adam?
shit is. Remember all those bad jokes I've been sending you?
No, it's great. Don't you worry.
They're coming
Don't
out.
you worry. Exactly. Yeah.
It's like all of the shit that we've been dealing with as a food and beverage community, is like the atoms and the protons, you know? And then there's a shell that keeps everything in. and right on the outside of that shell is like COVID.
Wow. Yeah.
So like it doesn't matter what's happening in here because it's being taken away by all of this shit here. So I feel like I've had to lower my own depression and anxiety scale because like there's a potential that I could just die of this like thing that we can't see.
Right.
So I feel like that's
I've said it numerous times, and I don't want it to come across as people like, Justin, people are dying. I was like, I'm very much aware, and that's horrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible. I just mentioned, put me back under quarantine.
Yeah, 110%.
And because I realized that I was just a lot clearer during that time. I know it's not the same for a lot of people, but for a lot of people. But for me, I was forced to take care of myself and rest and kind of like degrade my brain by watching Tiger King. But that's whatever.
I was never under quarantine. Like what it did in a lot of regards was when everything shut down. And this is not to say that I don't think that things should have shut down, because they certainly should have. Mm-hmm. But what it did in a lot of ways is create another class of workers to be, working throughout the whole thing. Like, my fear level was so different. I didn't have the ability to be as scared as other people because I still had to go to work.
Exactly.
Right. And not to say that I wasn't still at home degrading my brain watching dumb shit, but I wasn't taking care of myself. I've never taken care of myself ever.
And when I say that I was taking care of myself, I mean that I was sleeping more.
I was going to say,
so
that's
hours.
like sleep for you.
Yeah. So that was...
I was not taking care of myself. I was just setting up my kitchen every day like I was at work.
I was definitely taking care of myself to not take care of myself because time became an illusion.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, you would like to do a Zoom call? Down with Zoom, by the way. A Zoom call at 11 o'clock just to catch up because you're afraid to go outside? Well, I'm going to pour myself a glass of wine. And you know what? I'm not just going to have the one glass of wine.
Yeah.
So
that was a time.
Now there's more like structure and all of that. But yeah, continue. Carry on.
I just, I feel like the pandemic really put a lot of stuff into perspective because I wasn't in food, but I was working at a CBD place.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And I was still working.
So you were watching shipping from the other side.
Yeah, I was doing that from the other side. Like, I've never worked for Amazon, but I imagine packaging things is the same, like, speed, sort of. Except no one's, like, making me pee in a bottle. We have to cut that whole thing out because I said Amazon.
Oh, it's fine.
My mam is in.
My mamazon.
My mam is in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was, like, watching all of my friends and stuff. It still was the same shit that was happening, just different. Like, all my friends from college and stuff were like, let's have like these Zoom like game nights and blah blah and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, because your job doesn't allow you to leave your home, so you can like have this luxury afforded to you. But I was like, and this was when the bus was like free because we were in phase one.
Yeah. It's so weird to think that how recent that was and how long ago that was,
And to be able to do that, not the bus thing, but to be able to, comfortably work from home and like not be furloughed and things like that. It really just like furthered the like class divide.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, okay, it's the haves and the have-nots but even more so that I was like, are you serious? And the fact that it kind of like prioritized people over one another, which is what always happens. And there was something that I heard a week ago from a woman who was just saying it. She's just like, my company has been like really, really fortunate, has been extremely fortunate because we didn't have to like go through like, furlough or any sort of like bullshit when it comes to like COVID regulations. And I was just like, read the fucking room.
Yep.
I was like, you were in a restaurant, like talking to the bartender.
Yeah.
What?
People just like don't be knowing.
I feel like they be knowing, but they don't be
caring.
caring. They don't be caring,
yeah.
but they do be caring, though. I want to make that very clear. Okay? So, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Thank
that's
you so
really
much.
good.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's just it's a little bit of wordplay.
I'm stealing that.
Feel free.
Mine
It's
now.
not,
Yeah, that's mine now. No,
Okay,
that's
that's
mine
fine.
now. I'll credit you, but that's mine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. But also, like, we're starting to talk about like supply chains and all of that. And so one thing that I wanted to bring up is when the media talks about supply chain issues, people are like, oh, it's like it's whatever, but they only feel a certain type of way.
Well, it's a catch-all now, right?
Right.
Like, I mean, people have been using and are going to be using COVID as an excuse for a long time for why they left a job or why their restaurant closed down or anything like that. And I think they're definitely valid reasons for a lot of it. But like with supply chain issues, I think a lot of people think that it is being used as more of an excuse than is reality, but it is very much like, I mean, there is no planning on a lot of this stuff. Like, I mean, we have stuff that we ordered months ago that we should have received months ago, and people are like, "Why the fuck are you out of this?" And it's like, well, I mean, literally, like, it's sitting on a dock somewhere waiting for somebody to unload it.
Or do you also say like this fucking ship with the name that I cannot pronounce, which is the size of the goddamn Empire State Building, was stuck in a canal?
You know,
the Evergreen Suez Canal. Yeah. Like it's been really challenging. But very much a real thing. And it's like, and all like just the cost of everything has gone up, and the cost of everything has gone up not only because of supply chain and labor issues of, you know, needing to pay people more or needing to find people to do the work, or you know, brokers' fees have gone up, flights have gone up, space on flights has gone up.
Well, let's take
let's
take a few
tea on that.
Yeah, like the
that's
literal tea. But before we get into that, I'm wondering, like, for people that aren't familiar with Regalis, can you regale us with it?
Oh my goodness!
Did you talk about that? Did you think about that like this week?
No,
or just came to you right there?
Literally came.
He stayed up all night working on this one.
But you know what I mean? No idea. You want to see my notebook? Chock full of bullshit. Let me tell you. It's great.
Okay, so yeah, Regalis is a specialty food distributor. We are an importer. It's kind of hard to know how, like, I don't want to get too far into like we were founded here and by this person, you know, like, so I'm only really going to speak about it in terms of our connection to Chicago. We've been in Chicago for only 3.5 years, going on 4 years.
It feels like my whole life.
Well, I mean, the company only started 9 years ago or 10 years ago now, but in Chicago for the last 4 years, 3.5. And, you know,
Did they start in New York?
Yeah. But, I mean, really roots come from Chicago. We're kind of born out of the ashes of another distributor here that was called JDY. And then, you know, so I like to think of at least Regalis in Chicago as kind of being a continuation on what JDY did. And, you know, we here, you know, a really small team. We're made up of all former restaurant employees.
That's awesome.
You know, I definitely think, especially pre-pandemic, we were always like, you know, the guys you would use for caviar and truffles. And like, it really kind of pushed us into this corner that when the pandemic hit, it was like, people are like, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, caviar and like, you think I'm putting caviar and truffles on my to-go menu right now?
I did get caviar during the pandemic, though, but for personal reasons.
See, that was the market that changed the most was direct sales as opposed to wholesale sales.
And those cheese plates that you guys are doing, the like cheese boxes.
Oh yeah,
I definitely fucked around and found out too.
That was a first wave, first wave pivot during the Paramore.
Yes.
Oh. Jinx?
Okay, Annette. I ain't gonna forget.
Oh shit! This is good. It's spreading. I love it. I love it. So I have so much to say, but also I'm just sitting here like woefully looking at this hot tea.
Okay, because
literally, like the tea will be spilled, but like I want to sip this.
This is delightful, and I think Ashley fucked up because in Trinidad you have hot tea in the morning to get rid of like gas, and I might burp. I'm letting everyone know it's gonna happen.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. No problem.
Lemon, ginger, honey, cinnamon. I enjoy it so much, and it's like bright and waking me up.
Oh, this
and
is settling
perfect.
my nervous tummy.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's like a digestif in the morning.
And let me just tell you, first of all, like, can we just talk about the ambiance provided by Ashley with this aesthetic? Of the dried citrus and apple and cinnamon.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I know. I love it. It's here.
The ambiance?
Ambiance.
Damn, you just think of that, or were you up all night writing in your journal about it?
I texted it to her this morning and said you should definitely use this one.
Damn, I'm like, okay.
Just a tiny cup. And it's a tiny cup. Ashley knows. She be knowing.
Yeah, I feel like fucking Gigantor with this tiny thing in my hand. But,
well,
it's fine.
There's a Steven Universe song that they should remix to also include you. But sometimes I feel it when I look at you.
Okay.
It's a song about wanting to be a giant woman, and I think it could just be a giant person song. Because I want to be taller than I am. Because I'm the shortest person in my family.
I would
my mom is 5'2".
I would love to be shorter than what I am.
But I'm the shortest.
I've always hated being tall.
Aw.
But, that's
I thought I was tall until I moved to the Midwest.
Fair.
I thought I was like, I am tall.
Cornfield
and then
type people
moved
to
Indiana, and I was like, never mind, JK. Everybody
hears Florida tall is an Indiana short.
Oh yeah. Also, an interesting
merch idea.
Let's put a pin in that.
I'm writing this down. This will go on our website next week. This one's mine too. I'll not crediting for this one.
This is great.
80-20 off the top, cool.
Right. Yes.
Cool.
So with what you were mentioning earlier, Steve, about like the model shifting, I just want to bring up that there was a resource here in Chicago that really did, I feel, a wildly adequate job of providing this market to furloughed employees and like so on and so forth. And it was a very elevated place. And
I think we all know the one.
Yeah. And when I think of, caviar, and I'm just like, oh, like I can get this from this market. Because, I'm not fucking buying caviar.
You're talking about a restaurant, not an actual...
Yes, talking about a restaurant.
I was picturing like a grocery store. Like
no.
Yeah. And so it was really, really interesting to see how suppliers have pivoted because you're sitting on that product, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how that like supply chain like works because it's like once it gets to your warehouse, you're then distributing it to your customers, right?
Sure, yeah. I mean...
And when they all shut down, what happens?
Well, a couple of different things. That is definitely when we moved into, a lot of to a direct-to-consumer market and trying to move things over to people who still were looking for those things.
I'm sorry. I finally got to take a
right?
sip of this deliciousness.
Tea.
And took a sip of this tea, and it's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Yes.
But a lot of it was moved over direct to consumer. A lot of things were moved over to people who still wanted things that they normally would only be able to get into a restaurant. And I think that's one of the things that it did was kind of maybe give a little bit of transparency to the diner as to where things came from. I know a lot of other distributors did the same thing. And that was definitely a big part of the model, especially in, say, more in larger cities, cities where, restaurants being closed did affect how people were going out and spending their money.
Yeah.
So that was very much a part of what we did in Chicago to begin with. But as restaurants opened back up, we definitely moved away from that. And so, there's a lot of things that, we ate or gave away, or would, you'd cut a deal with a restaurant where you'd be like, hey, I'll make a deal with you. You buy a case of chicken, I'll give you fucking 12 1 ounce of caviar.
Yeah.
Just because I would rather it do something than it just go into the garbage.
Exactly.
That was a lot of the first couple weeks of the why am I forgetting every single word that I've ever known that starts with a P? The beginning of the Pasquale.
Pasquale.
It was just me, just driving around Chicagoland. Are you giving food away to your community? Are you giving food away to your employees? How much can you take?
Yep.
I think I dropped close to 1,000 pounds of mushrooms just driving around in a van every day and listening to chefs talk and lament.
Yeah.
I can't sell anything right now, but at the very least I can do is give something and provide some of my time, my support, just talking to people. It was dismal, but I kind of miss that time of connection with people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I was
and also people were super vulnerable.
That people, talk to, because I feel like people who distribute and deliver food are very much the bartender on the go of the industry, because everyone is just excited to see you, and they're gonna word vomit on you a little bit, and not everyone is gonna be and how are you doing, and then you have to go to the next one.
Well, I spent a decade cooking in restaurants.
Yeah.
In
That's
Chicago.
How we met.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
I cooked for 13 years, 10 of which, or close to 10 of which, were in Chicago. So a lot of driving around to seeing people that I used to work with, or that I used to just, see at the bar or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, if coming back to Regalis, part of our model has always been the driver should be somebody that you can talk to. The driver should be kind of having a driver / salesman role. Because what's worse than when you're somebody drops something off and you're what is this? And I'm I don't know, talk to your rep.
Exactly.
Literally, I was gonna ask.
It's frustrating, right?
I was how is it being on the opposite side of it? Because, that will happen whenever, just from a front of house perspective, it's just I'll see either the aftermath, or just the person that just comes in really quick. They're oh yeah, so-and-so around. And I'm well, this ain't the time to ask for so-and-so. And I can tell you that right now, but also, I'm gonna let them
someone
tell you.
else. Yep.
Yeah. Call your rep.
Yeah, right. I was this is ridiculous. And again, from my perspective, it wasn't really mindful of what it was what the actual ecosystem of the industry is like.
Yeah.
So doing that at, let's say 3:30 when it's a hard push to make sure that everything from prep is getting done. It's just but here's this, but again, call call this person, but I'm just here to put it in front of you.
Well, that's not my problem, so I'm gonna wipe my hands on it. You know, if you don't like this thing, well, I could take it back, but nobody's gonna solve it for you.
Listen, I had a driver who literally used to like, if we weren't there exactly on time, I won't say who was delivering, but there's like multiple videos of him like peeing on the side of the truck.
Get the fuck out of here.
What?
Yeah. Like he would just like go around the corner and like pee, but there's a camera in the parking lot. And I'm like, and then you're going to deliver food to us?
No.
What?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I reported them. Don't you worry. I called in. I was like, it's one thing to like be gross and weird, but don't like do it on your job that is delivering food to people. Like, do that at home.
Yeah. No,
if you want to go out, if you want to like pee in the plant in the corner of your living room, no one's judging you.
I'll say, as somebody who's made thousands of deliveries, there is a point of the day where you're like, I need to use the bathroom. That ain't it, though.
Yes.
That ain't it.
That is most certainly not.
And I mean, I imagine for a lot of delivery drivers, I mean, I know for myself, you have a list of places in your head that are more friendly and less friendly. You're like, I know that if I go here and I ask to use the restroom,
we would let him use the bathroom.
But who wouldn't?
Exactly.
Like,
I could think of some people.
Plenty of people.
If you ain't Regalis, that won't let you pass the kitchen.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, but in a lot of ways, that's like, I guess, not only from what we sell, but to who we hire, that's a part of our privilege too, right? Like,
true.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, the people like people who don't let you use the bathroom when you're like out here delivering, not just to them, but to people in the wider food community and beverage community as well.
That's rooted in racism.
The gall.
Yeah.
I think that's ultimately rooted.
Yeah.
Because who are most of the delivery drivers? You know, like once again, we have a certain kind of privilege because of that. Like most of our, we're covered in, we're the cool guys. We have tattoos. We used to work in the kitchen with you.
You've got the Moxie, which is in this beverage right here.
Oh, look at that.
By young Ashley.
Yes.
You talked about this.
Yes. What's happening?
Did you get that one?
Yeah, no, I got that one. Yeah, no, I was just like, I didn't think of it, so I just like, skirted past it real fast.
So Ashley and I talked about this earlier. And I've heard of Moxie, and she's never heard of it, but neither of us had tasted it until, she made this bev.
Okay.
I believe it's an East Coast thing.
Is it? Because I
think so.
I have notes still.
I say this based on nothing.
You're like I'm literally just saying shit right now.
Yeah,
I feel like
just
your
saying.
glasses make me believe that you know everything, and I'm like, yeah, I believe you, and then you're like, no, and I'm like, damn it.
That's why I have them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big head. It makes me look smarter.
Ashley, this ritual rum situation. What is the name of this one? The rum alternative?
Yes, ritual rum alternative.
It's great.
It's amazing.
This is great.
I got the notes though. Even though she's here, I'm still going to read it. Ready? Cuba Libre.
My people.
Riff on a rum and coke with lime. That's also my people shit too.
What?
And your people shit too.
Absolutely. It's like
Ritual's newest expression. Rum alternative with coffee, brown sugar, molasses, and Moxie, distinctly different.
It has like a sassafras quality to me.
Yeah.
Like
Sassafras.
a very kind of root beer-ish.
Yeah.
Like,
she tastes like Coca-Cola and Amaro made and...
I'm sitting here looking like this white man on this Moxie label because I can't actually believe that this is what I'm drinking.
It's a soda baby. It's an approachable soda baby.
Yeah, I love it. I would say
I like it. Why isn't this in more like non-alcoholic beverages? More alternative beverages?
Well, that is something that we most certainly will explore going down the rabbit hole, which is season 2.
I feel like she pops off.
Yeah. No, this is...
carbonated water, pure sugarcane.
I just want to say that I want to cheers this.
Cheers.
Because we're really about to like dive into this shit. Ding, ding, ding.
I really like the bottle too.
But like I said, I was looking like that white man on that bottle.
I was gonna say, come on, white man.
Yeah.
Bring it.
I probably always look like the white man on that bottle. I haven't seen said bottle, but
Just go ahead and pass it your way.
That's a clean shaven.
oh yeah,
man.
that's
none of us.
yeah, no, that ain't me, kid.
Not
like
a
that is
single
not-
person.
no.
It's like how I came out of the womb like that.
I mean, did you know that when we were in the womb, we were all covered in hair? And then as we get bigger, the hair falls off. That's why some babies are born with hair on their spines, because we're mammals.
What the fuck?
Did you not know that? Did you not know that?
No
All right, well,
idea.
this just took a wild turn. This is
what
what we're
the
talking
fuck?
about the rest
I was
of the
like,
day.
what?
Yeah. When we're in there, we're like pretty
cousin
much.
it.
Yeah,
We're putting a pin in this.
pretty much like.
Because I want to hear all
covered.
about it.
I was a big old baby,
Whoa.
so
Ooh.
big old Scorpio baby.
I was 8 pounds 6 ounces 21 inches.
9 pound 8 ounces. What's up?
Dang.
Damn, you really came into the world knowing everything.
Yo,
Shit.
like my poor mother.
That, I was gonna
mean,
say, you
God
know what?
bless
Bless
her.
her heart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, they cut her open. So
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Oh, no.
my poor mother, but also like could have been worse, right?
Listen, I was
fair.
my mom's fourth kid. She drove herself and my siblings to the hospital, picked up KFC on the way.
Oh damn, on the way.
Because
She was thinking about what it was going to be like after.
She
too.
was like, "Yo, these kids, they need to eat while they're here." Yeah, she did have to get surgery.
And they popped me up and tied everything up, and there's like, all right, one and done. We're done.
Yo, that's
We're
real.
done. We're done.
That's real.
So I do have to say this before we get back on topic. There is a friend and colleague who is now a godmother and an aunt, all in the all in one shebang.
Yeah.
And she showed me this video of her nephew, and she's like, yeah, like I just got this from like my sister, and we're watching it, and the baby was premature, and so it's like hooked up to all these tubes,
It's
and
a
then
small
we're,
baby.
yeah, and we're like watching it, and then we look at one another, and she turns it off, and she's like, yeah, that's not like the best. I was like, no, it's not. No, I was like, no, it's not. She's like, yeah. So I'm gonna tell my family to just wait before we like. Put
listen.
things. Like it's just like a cute outfit, maybe a hat.
Specifically,
I was like, that's how you want to do it.
They look like cooked dough. Like
babies.
Babies. Like the first 2 weeks, I'm like, you're just like uncooked dough. You're just like white, pinkish.
You're just
even
dough,
the black
bro.
babies
You're just
are not
dough.
born
That's
with
it.
color.
Yeah,
It's just like you're just. I mean,
You're just
ultimately, they're
dough.
wetware that we're programming to be people in this world.
This is why I have dogs.
But for the first 6 months, I'm not telling people that it's okay to drop your baby, but you probably don't have to call the hospital.
We're editing that out.
No, this is real. This is real. I said this in my early childhood development class in college, and
That's
the
fair.
professor signed off on it while all of the early childhood development majors were like, what the fuck did she just say?
I'm taking this as medical advice.
Grain of salt.
No,
I'm dropping babies.
No,
I'm
you're
not
not
advocating for dropping babies, but
that's
one of my old chefs definitely panic called me once because he was like, she just rolled off the bed, and it's a pretty raised bed, and he took her to the doctor, and she was fine. She was absolutely fine. And I was like, don't panic. It's gonna be okay.
They're pretty forgiving.
They're not making memories.
Yeah.
Well, they are. I just watch all the babies on Netflix, so.
There's that.
Yeah.
So to bring us back on task, I have a question, which is shocking to no one. But Steve, so being that you are part of this, luxurious supplier, you touched upon the navigation within, the shutdown in the industry. But I'm also really interested to hear about your thoughts on certain cultural institutions for the industry, because a lot of your product would be supporting these chefs that, you know, are looking to gain this ambition.
We're talking about Michelin.
Yeah, Michelin or James Beard,
or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
While I certainly don't want to, or certainly cannot speak for maybe everybody within my organization, or speak for everybody at large in the distributor side of things in general, I think the last year, at least for myself, has kind of proven the unimportance of these things. Like, when restaurants are getting Michelin stars when they're not open, it feels a little sus to me.
Yeah.
I don't know that I believe that these organizations have really done enough to care for the restaurant community over the last couple of years. I mean, it's always going to be self-aggrandizing. It's kind of the nature of what it is.
Right.
And I do think that there is a lot of importance in general for these organizations. Yeah. There's no denying the amount of business that is brought to you when you are promoted into having a star or more, or getting some kind of accolades. And I mean, a lot of the clients that we work with are 1, 2, and 3 star restaurants, and there is no denying that how important that is, not only for business, which is the most important part of running one, is getting people to come in through the door, but also, like, I mean, look, I was a cook for a long time, and I was really, I probably cared too much about having a star. And being a part of this, and I probably stayed in working in kitchens for longer than I should have, because I cared too much about this, because it was like so wrapped up in my ego and so wrapped up in,
I've definitely been at
I cared about
on
very
the
little
side.
else.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like
and not
the thing
only
that they
the
push
accolade,
us for.
but 100%. Like, it's, you know, you equate these kinds of things with how your peers perceive you as well. And like you...
it's for the stain.
100%.
Yeah.
What was the question? I'm so sorry.
How do you like, I guess, reconcile with, or like have a relationship with the products that you provide in the structure of like Michelin and these other societies?
Well, okay. I mean, to kind of like connect the dot to something I had said earlier, in the beginning of the patchouli.
Yes.
That's patchouli.
It's a scent that never really leaves the body.
And I got some hippie in there. We had to shift a lot of our attention from these super high dollar items, and really try to expand our portfolio or our client base. Or
you're like, this caviar is going on chip.
Well, it's like, I mean,
that's what I ordered it for. Creme fraiche
but 2 years ago,
potato
2 years ago, we were a truffle and caviar company, and that's really what we were. And now it's like we're a fish and cheese company. Like, we also do these other things.
I regret not placing an order for oil. Having like looking at you right now, I'd be like, I could have had that good oil today.
I could have had it.
Yeah,
but at this point, like, I am more concerned with selling olive oil or
it's
like
good olive oil,
ricotta,
y'all. Check it out.
Than I am in selling some of these higher ticket items, because these are the things that keep you face to face with people every single day.
Yes,
and also like,
so
I mean, it's been really trying to kind of shake off really the stigma of being this bougie ass brand, which I know that we will never be able to shake entirely, and that's okay.
There's a time and place always for regalas, but I appreciate that you all are taking the time to know your place
I appreciate
within
that
this new ecosystem.
I mean, real about it.
The very first thing that we did, or one of the very first things we did, we put out this survey and like really tried to listen to chefs and just talk to a lot of chefs of like,
wait, hold on, y'all did a survey?
Yeah, yo. Why didn't you?
That's amazing.
Yeah. But just like ask people like, okay, what is it that you feel like is lacking from other distributors? What is it that you have a hard time getting? You know, I like to think that we really try to excel in the things that are a pain in the ass for other people to do. Mm-hmm. And if it was easy, then more people would do it. Yeah, and that's why we have it, is not a lot of people do it. But really tried to take the lead from some of the chef partners that we work with and ask like, where should we focus more on? And we really, we got a lot of great feedback.
Yeah, it is.
Like, that's absolutely amazing.
We have I'd like to think, a pretty nice fish program now because of the leadership of people like John Shields and Lee Wolin, who wanted that from us. What is this? This is beautiful.
I don't know. Tell me more.
Yeah, so...
Oh, I can tell you.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is... I thought this was a sturry boy, and this is a straw. Thank you so much. Okay. All right.
Yes, and also at terms of service, whenever you are here, we definitely want to make you feel as comfortable as you deserve. So, yeah, we'll just...
This is great.
We'll just have... beautiful, spirit-free options brought on over.
All right.
Thank you, Ashley Christine of Garnet.
I love this.
But what is this?
Ritual gin, baby.
Yeah, shout out to
Gin
our friends at Ritual.
alternative.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Ritual beverage, thank
Aloe
you.
juice with grass jelly, honey, and black cassis cordial. She's
Cassis or cassis?
Cassis? Damn it.
Cassis.
100% of every time I say it wrong.
It's okay.
We're gonna have to edit out this whole episode, guys.
Yeah.
Start take it from the top.
It's fine.
Black cassis cordial.
I was like, Cassis from the south side?
Cassis like clay.
I heard that.
Ooh, girl. She's surprisingly complex and refreshing.
I love it.
A part of the taste of it for me tastes like the incense that they have at church, but in a good way.
Interesting.
Like smoky almost. I have a perfume that smells like that too.
Got it.
Sometimes
you
I'll
like
wear
have a
it at
perfume that like
smells like church.
This.
Smells like church.
Yes. Well,
I'm not religious, but you know.
Got it. No problem. So, Steve, we've talked quite a bit about you and Chicago and Regalis, but there was a point in time to where when we knew one another, you left Chicago and you went to Nashville, correct?
Yeah. We moved to Nashville. My partner and I moved to Nashville.
Who's here and lovely.
Hi, Allie.
She had just finished grad school at the University of Chicago, and we're just looking for something different. It was like, well, okay, well, if we're going to move, we can move now, and probably never again. So let's do it now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Nashville was. We went and we had I think this is a story for a lot of people. We went and we had a great weekend, and we thought we can make a lifestyle out of it. Yeah.
And you are now back in Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I went and I worked at probably the last restaurant I'll work at. But after that, I was like, I kind of did it. And, I was really proud of what I had done. Mm-hmm. But we were ready to come back. Nashville is it's a city that has changed a lot, and the developers have basically taken some really incredible things and turned it into River North. And it's basically an entire that's what it feels like being there. And like Allie's a therapist and was working in sexual violence prevention, and yes. I think for her it was still very much the South. Mm. And for me, I was like, I worked at the restaurant that I came down here and I wanted to work at. And I made some really incredible connections, and I learned so much about how to interact with people and about hospitality from Ryan and Matt Foley at the Catbird Seat, and forever indebted to them. But I was at work one day.
Ryan Foley used to be a jam a long time ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Butter. Yeah, no, it was butter into Perennial, into Tavernita, Little Market, and then
there we go.
Catbird.
Yeah.
Catbird Seat.
Yeah, but like I cooked for a long time and lived with this like pit of anxiety in like this lower part of like above my stomach and under my chest. It probably lived there for 13 years. And the first time I felt it really relax was in Nashville. I got a phone call from a friend in Chicago who said that he was getting ready to move to Napa. And I was like, is your apartment available? Because I loved his apartment. There's a couple blocks from here.
Yeah.
And I was like, is it available? And it like, once it went into my head, and like I called Allie while I was like outside in the garden picking herbs or something. And I was like,
you did.
I was like, what if we move back? And we both, I don't know. It just like that's once I realized that I had an option out, I felt a lot of relief. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I just knew that I didn't need to do that anymore. And Ryan, we were huge Regalis clients. And it was a part of, I wanted to stay in the industry, but I didn't know exactly what that meant. And I was like, I've never done anything else. I have done this my entire working life.
And that's also really interesting as well, because people don't know how to navigate like the different elements of the industry, because also it's not really talked about either.
Well, working in kitchens, you're not given too many translatable skills elsewhere, aside from being able to deal with
high stress,
pressure and stress,
and being able to multitask and all that shit.
After working in really hard kitchens, doing anything else, you're like, oh, this is like, why is everybody here fucking whining? Like, we're fine.
I was talking to Allie about this a little bit before we started recording, that like people don't know that their skills are transferable, because a part of the indoctrination to working in this industry is making you believe that this is all that you can and will be able to do, and that people within the industry will help you do it better, but it's not, you might not be able to do this elsewhere, which is why working for Healthy Poor right now, we're trying to figure out how to create like structures and classes to help people see their professional potential and growth within or outside the industry, because all skills are transferable. You just have to have people who are willing to like help you do that. And a lot of chefs, and I'm going to use chefs as an example specifically, don't want to do that because they're just trying to move themselves forward, but they're not really trying to help
for sure
the people there move forward all the time.
Right.
I mean, what I took with me, intuition was probably the biggest thing. Like, and this is something I really try to instill in the people that work for us now, is like, if it looks wrong, it probably is wrong. If you feel embarrassed to walk into somewhere with something, there's probably a reason for it. And like really trying to like use the standard that you were taught as a chef and take that with you, and be personable and stop and talk to people, but know when is the right time to do so.
Exactly.
I think that's been a part of, definitely my approach, but maybe a part of why I've done okay at this, is just like,
you say okay, but for me, I'm like, I think you do it exceptionally well.
That's a really nice thing to say. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
I really remember the day that I met you, and it was
at Honey's.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I was just, I mean, it wasn't like this big moment. It was just like, just a cool interaction. And I have always found...
I knew who you were when I walked in the room already.
Oh!
I mean, I ask a lot of... Well, you came from L2O.
Correct.
And a lot of other people who worked there, at least on that like pre-opening team, also did as well. So I was just like, who's coming to work here? Who is everybody?
Yeah. Oh, sure.
And you were spoken very highly of.
You damn right.
From both Stephen Mendeville and from Tyrone Reddick.
My friends.
I mean, if you want to talk about leaders of the industry, I think those are two people that
absolutely,
really create a super positive and healthy work environment.
Yeah.
I mean, for sure. Big ups to Tyrone Reddick.
Yes. And we're going to have Tyrone on an upcoming episode.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, one of my forever favorite people.
Yeah. Ugh.
Like amazing people.
Absolutely. And so
yeah, the return to Chicago from Nashville was probably sooner than either of us had anticipated, but
how long were you gone again?
Only gone a year and a half, and it feels like...
Yeah, I felt like it was like 2 years.
Yeah, when we'd gotten back, it felt like a weird... Like no time at all had passed. Like we got back and people were like, oh man, I haven't seen you in so long. I'm like, what are you talking about? I guess it's been at least a year and a half. I mean...
Well, because when I ran into you and Allie at like Ace, you're an amazing dog. I was like, oh my gosh.
Shout out to Penny. I'm sure she's listening to this
right
now.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I was like, oh yeah, it's been like
a year and a half at least.
It's like, well, great to see you. It's like, that's what I find is really beautiful about Chicago and a lot of like
nobody
urban
is gone forever.
Because it feels like, you get fixated on other things, and there are people that obviously like cross your mind, and like, you wish them well because they're on their own journey, and then just one day, just in fucking lobby.
We get it. You couldn't afford San Francisco. You had to move back. Like everybody's like, oh, I'm going to go out west. I'm going to go and do this shit over here. And it's like,
I ran into a friend.
I'll see you in 6 months.
Exactly. I ran into a friend who moved to New York, like, ages ago, who was working for the Beard Foundation. And I was just walking through Andersonville and I saw him through the window working, and I was like, bitch, when the fuck did you get back and why you ain't call me? Right. I live 10 minutes away on the bus.
Right.
I get to live a life in this city that I don't think I'd be afforded anywhere else. Like, is this the cheapest city to live in?
No,
absolutely not. No. But you can live here.
Yeah.
I feel like I was paying
and you can
the same
actually
amount.
Like
you can do okay.
I was paying the same amount for rent in Vermont with 90% less shit to do. And I'm paying the same amount as Vermont with too many options of things to do, and sometimes I feel overstimulated, so we drive to a different state with nature. To enjoy it.
I mean,
because Illinois has no nature.
Oh, it does have nature, but that's the South. And I learned that they have a different accent.
We have the forest preserves. We try to take a walk.
We do those.
We try to take a walk in the forest preserves every Saturday.
I buried my hedgehog in
really
one.
Nice.
I have taken many a walk through Humboldt Park, which I know is not a forest preserve, but to me, can be.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. We have beautiful parks in this city.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we definitely came back to Chicago with not only a new appreciation for the city, but I felt like I came back as a new man. As with a different perspective. Like, I had come from working in kitchens where, I don't know, you go out every night and you get shit-faced, and that's kind of the lifestyle. And I went and I worked with people that was not the lifestyle at the Catbird Seat. It was a really small team, but it was like family meal can't be a gut bomb.
No.
And like, I don't know, I was just told that I should have a little bit more. I left thinking that maybe I should have a little bit more time to do other things.
Yes.
Right.
That's the important thing, is like building community and a sense of self outside of work,
the labor.
Of the labor, yeah.
I mean, like, because that's not your
I'm
entire
still searching
identity.
for a hobby.
Yeah.
also.
I mean, I'll say the best piece of advice
actually.
I've probably ever gotten was actually advice that I think Ryan had gotten from Mark Vetri, but it was, you need to find things outside of the kitchen to find inspiration in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that. I didn't know what else to do. And I still struggle now with maybe being more present outside of work, because that's definitely something. I mean, wake up, go to work, get off of work, go to bed, rinse, repeat, maybe rinse, but definitely repeat.
Yeah, like, definitely repeat.
I finally took my spare like underwear, socks, and toothbrush and toiletries out of my backpack. So I just graduated.
I mean,
Because I used to just be like, I might go out and like finish the night at the Conti and fall asleep on someone's couch and then go into work at 11 a.m. You know what I mean?
for sure.
Right.
So I had like my emergency pack in my backpack.
Well, I remember when I started being in, these very like high profile, high pressure environments, and it was all consuming to where I was just spending time like researching,
If you're not here working, then you should be somewhere else doing something for this.
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. And then as I was getting to know chefs, all we were talking about is just like, oh yeah, like you see that dish, or like that's like crazy, and it's like, oh well, like what about this ingredient? It's like, yo, we are so much more than like this.
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about music.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Yeah.
can
Let's
we
talk about
talk
movies.
about?
Let's talk about
but I
God.
I really,
I don't know.
Who's that?
Like,
Yeah,
whatever.
shake it up.
Let's talk about anything that's not this.
Really, like, I mean, like I was heavy into it because I'm just like, I don't know, like maybe this is just how it is, and like it is how it is.
It really
You know,
is.
it's just like it becomes your entire life.
But like I can tell you as someone who has frequently been like, yo, shut the fuck up. Let's just talk about not food. We're literally prepping right now. Let's like talk about something else.
I want to talk to you about fish sauce.
I could talk about fish sauce.
Listen, y'all got some good fish
Yeah,
sauce.
I'll
But
shout out to Red Boat.
I'm not saying like I'm blaming this on y'all.
Oh, okay. All right.
But like as soon as fish sauce hit the market here for the white man, it was in literally everything. Literally everything.
Sure. Yeah.
And like at home, I do use
I would love to
fish
take the
sauce
blame for this, but I
liberally.
don't think I can. I would love to hold
Well,
this
you
kind of
guys
power.
were like, y'all were like,
I would love to sell
swag.
more fish
we
sauce to
have
everybody.
This like it was Red Boat, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Red Boat, fish sauce, and everyone was like, "Oh, we have to get it. We're gonna get it." And there'll be like 5 bottles here, and we'll put it in everything. We'll make our own chili sauce. We'll use fish sauce. I don't know why they have that accent.
I'm like super into
Yeah,
this.
I was wondering who.
I like
I
it.
wanted to know who this
I don't
fictional
even know
person.
anyone that sounds like this. But like fish sauce just went in everything for so long that it
I'm
is
here for
now
it.
harissa.
Oh.
Fish sauce and harissa, I
Yuzu
put on
kosho.
the same.
Yuzu kosho and everything.
You know my girl Harissa?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does she explain it all?
Don't do that. Don't do that. But that's clever.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Shout out to Ferguson.
Wait. Yes.
He gets it too. This
Yeah.
is great.
Latchkey child of the 90s, baby.
Yes. I'm like, oh, it's so good.
Wait. Okay. So because I remembered it. Can I share the joke?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm so nervous.
Can you get a laugh out of a dinosaur joke?
Hold on. Can you get a laugh out of a dinosaur joke?
You bet Jurassic can. Jurassic can!
I'm not stealing this one. I'm gonna let this one marinate for a little while in fish sauce.
This is a PBS Eons joke. Thank you so much. I fall asleep listening to
I'm
that.
totally using this joke later.
Yeah.
You
bet Jurassic can? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. All right, that's it. That's all I got.
That's
It
fair.
tickled my tum-tum.
Well,
We did get the big 7-0 mark
yeah. So
a minute ago.
Yeah.
I don't want Dad to yell at us
That's
again.
fine. So, as we do the things that we know to do,
Yeah.
I
It always sucks at the end, though.
know, because it's a good time. And these beverages were fucking delicious.
They're
So
great.
Killing it.
Thank you
Yeah, they're
so
great.
much, Ashley,
Like
Christina
a
Garnett.
flight
Like, this
of
is
bevs.
yeah. It's like hot tea or talking about tea. This like that. What is it? A boba?
Okay, it tastes
what
like
is
a
it?
boba
A boba thing.
situation.
Yeah, a boba situation. Yeah.
The
The
gin,
aloe or
the
something
gin
like
alternative.
I'm
Yes.
just like, oh,
It's great.
It's
okay.
giving
I'm
me dairy-free boba realness. Some like this is a summery bev, and I'm here for it today because she cold out there.
No, absolutely. And then we have this, play on a, Cuba Libre with Moxie, this
Moxie.
white man, So I'm just like, it's absolutely amazing. So, Steve, I must ask you,
Oh no,
how was your time with us?
it was excellent.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had a great time.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I was like, you gonna be fine.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
super excited to
It's a
to have you.
great
and-
morning. We're gonna go and watch some cars race on a track now. So it's the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix today,
Yes.
which starts in 20 minutes. So I'll definitely be starting the race while watching it in the car.
I mean, someone else is driving.
But then, it's the last night of Hanukkah, so
True.
lighten. It's the climactic night. Like you've been watching.
So I want, do I say congratulations? Like, what? I
No.
just say Happy Hanukkah.
Say Happy Hanukkah.
Happy
Yeah.
Hanukkah.
Yeah,
Happy Hanukkah.
thank you.
You're welcome. Of
And
course.
I mean, happy Sunday to y'all's.
I mean, Sunday.
It's the start. It's the start of a week.
Start of a week. It's a beautiful thing. Absolutely.
Yeah. Sundays are like a weird day for me because it's either I'm doing absolutely nothing or absolutely 100% of
Yeah.
everything.
I feel that.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I generally try to keep myself unavailable
real.
on Saturdays. So Sunday, I mean, I wake up to, I probably have 60 text messages that I need to get to, and dozens of emails, and
I do not miss that part.
oh my god, I live on my phone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
But you're down to how many hours a day?
depends on the day.
But what was your mark today? You said 7?
Oh, on my phone,
Yeah.
I'm down to 7 hours a day on the
you
phone.
damn right.
Nice.
So that's like
That's
pretty.
less
That's
than a
pretty
work
good
day.
to me.
Progression
So,
is key.
Yes.
you know what? It's
I am
all
not down
quantifiable.
to 7 on my phone
So
at all. But yes.
yeah, bad. I'm
So-
a bad.
Steve, how do we find you?
I'm generally out and about. You'll probably see me.
Should we wave at Regalis vans?
Yeah. Give us a honk.
What if I'm walking?
I miss Edwin
If
and
you're
Jersey. I miss y'all.
They're always around.
Yeah.
Beautiful as ever. And Luke, and then
And Ben?
and Ben as well. Yeah, we have. We're a small team.
I know.
I'll honk even if I'm walking.
And Nick and
Yeah.
Alyssa. I can't just at this point. I feel like I've said everybody. But I gotta say everybody.
Yeah.
You can catch me on my Instagram at king_newcomer.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm just give me a shout. I'm always around.
Also, like Regalis sells food to regular people. So regular people that listen.
Regalisfoods.com.
Yeah.
Foods.com.
Yeah.
That's right.
Do not call me for it. Go to regalisfoods.com.
You're like, do not contact me
Yeah.
in regards to that. No. So just
that part of the Pasquale is definitely over.
It's over.
There it is. There it is again. Just on my end, I want to, thank Blind Barber for hosting this conversation. forever and always. Thank you. Thank you. Also, shout out to our friends at Ritual Beverage, specifically that rum and gin, because it was fire. Also, we believe that the secret ingredient to every beautiful cocktail is the ice, and our homies at Quarry Ice definitely hooked it up, so we want to thank them. Just a note about Quarry Ice is that they are a social enterprise, and Quarry is the only craft ice cut with the same steel used to forge samurai swords.
Whoa.
Right?
That's super cool.
Absolutely.
And they're part of a second chance program.
Yes.
Where, regardless of where you're at in your life and what has happened, you can find work with them.
Yeah.
So,
So
maybe you want to carve some ice that look real good.
Ice, maybe you want to do the whole
fine.
thing.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you. Thank you so much. And again, I am Justin Arnett Graham. You can find me on Instagram at What's Bico. And also, do not forget our lovely Instagram for Terms of Service. You can find us at Terms of Service Podcast.
There too.
Shout out to Ashley Christine of Garnet, Max, Daniel, Allie. Hi, Allie. Cortez, the entire production crew. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Love you both.
Aw. Yeah. Oh, it's over. Okay, hold on. And my name is Nariba Shepherd. You can find me at It's Rebaru on the gram. And, just keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.